Salutations Cosmonauts! In this video we're going to transition the Star Eagle to Tier 2. This is meant for the mid-game for those of us in the level range of around, let's say, late 30s to about late 50s. Yeah, that sounds good. Tier 2 means we are going to break out of Class A parts. It also means that we are going to take advantage of Starship design parts as well. So if you want to follow along this guide, you'll need to have piloting at rank 4 and Starship design rank 4. And I will mention now that this will not be cheap. I'll insert the final cost, here. But at this point in the game, you should have more than enough, or at least you found some of your favorite ways to generate some income. But if you're having some problems, let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to share some tips on making some creds. Ultimately, what this episode will accomplish is installing additional weapon systems that will double our already immense damage output, will also increase our shield and cargo capacity, among several other things that will be needed to accommodate these upgrades. And all of this starts with us first heading to the Stroud-Eklund showroom on Neon. What's that? You're not sure where Neon is? Really? You're like in your late 30s or 40s, level 40s, and you don't know where Neon is? Alright, no problem, no judge. So here's Alpha Centauri, Voli's over here. And here's a tip, don't try to click on it with your stupid mouse. But that sucks. Use your, what is it, your activate button? I think default it's E on keyboard, A on controllers. But yeah, just push the activate button. Save yourself the trouble, the pain. And same thing with the planets here. Don't click on a planet, use your activate button. It's so much better. Like here, just mouse over Neon Core. Yeah, see that? No clicking, no fidgeting. Alright, so where is the Stroud-Eklund showroom, if you're not sure where it is? This elevator you get off of from the spaceport. And I always use the Voli Hotel as my point of reference. It's across the street, or across the way from the Voli Hotel. And it's right next to this Secrets Outfitters, right over here. It's kind of tucked away. Damn, these streets are loud as hell. Feels good to be in the quiet.
Yes, how can I help you today?
And you don't talk to Emiko. She's nice and all, but no, you gotta go through the kiosk here. View modified ships. And there she is. There's the Star Eagle, about to transition into Tier 2. Alright, we're gonna start at the heart of the matter, and that's the reactor main. So let's go ahead and move this stuff. In fact, we could get rid of that. We're not gonna need it. We're not gonna have room for it. So here is the reactor. It served us well, and it was awesome for its time, but it's time to pass the torch, good friend. And we're gonna add a classy reactor, man. The best reactor we can get at the moment. So I'm hovering over this point and I'm pressing G for you controller brothers. You guys can hover over that, hold both triggers and press A. And by the way, if you're not sure like how I got to this point in Tier 2, check out the episode, I'm gonna call it episode 1, even though on my playlist is not episode 1, but the Tier 1 episode of the Star Eagle, to see how I got to this point right here. I'll leave it the link in the description down below. Alright, so we're going into the reactors. And we're gonna go all the way down. And we have this reactor here that has 34, and also we have this, where is it? Was it this one? No, it was this, the shear flow, that also has 34. This is actually a little bit lighter. No, it's actually a little bit heavier. Another reason to go with this one instead. The reason why I want to stick with this one, because it has way more attachment points than this one. So we're gonna go with that. So yeah, it kind of stands out, but hopefully we can make it look better. And we're gonna get rid of this engine. And we're gonna get rid of this too. And let's go ahead and reattach this to the sides of this reactor. Following up with that, we are going to replace this grav drive. It was pretty good, but it's time to move on. It's time to upgrade. It's time to get better. And you could either hover over here or here. Let's hover over this. Nah, let's hover over this. Make up your mind. I did it. We're hovering over this. Press G, and let's go into grav drives. And we're going to stick with B-class grav drives. I really don't see any reasons to go to Class C and try to accommodate this big boy. Maybe in Tier 3. But for now, we're going to stick to Class B. And we're gonna go with the Aurora 13G grav drive. Yeah, that's our Huckleberry. Oh yes, that's what we're gonna do. And now look at that, our jump range is up to 27, but it's gonna get lower than that, but it's still gonna be really good because we're gonna add a lot more weight to this bad boy. So our mobility's already dropped to 83, we're gonna bring it back up, So at this stage of the game, since we updated our grav drive, it's time to update our fuel too. Our fuel is only giving us 70 and 70 and 140. So we want to maximize that a little bit better. So let's get rid of both of these. And clicking on this attachment point and pressing G, and let's go to the fuel. I would love to have just 2 of these because I love how they look, but the problem is It's way overkill. One tank has 550 jump fuel. We don't need 1,000. Because I can't just buy one. One would be perfect actually, but it'd be asymmetrical. So instead we're gonna go with these tanks here. It doesn't fit as nicely as this, but I still like them. So we're gonna go with the Titan 550H helium tank here. So yeah, that's 160. We're gonna have over 300, and that's gonna be way more than enough that we need. So add another one on this side. So yeah, it looks good. And while we're upgrading things and adding weight to everything, we're gonna upgrade our storage too, our cargo. So these things were awesome, but we're gonna bump it up a little bit. So get rid of that. Go and buy this attachment point here, pressing G. Let's go to cargo. And we're gonna go with the Galleon S204 cargo hold. I believe these are the best cargo holds in the game. I think this is it. And you know what's funny about cargo? It kind of doesn't matter what the weight is. The mass to storage capacity ratio stays almost exactly the same no matter which one you choose. So overall, it's basically you're choosing the form factor or the design of the cargo hold itself. The main reason why I'm using this, I think it fits with the ship nicely. It's a nice block. It's a chunky looking chunk. But it also has the highest cargo capacity for one single unit, or 1,480. And we're gonna do that the same thing to this side. I wish it was kind of shaped like the old one, but nah, this is gonna be fine. There we go. So yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna add that weapon systems I mentioned. What are we gonna add? Let me show you. Oh, before we do, let's set something up real quick. Hover over it. Okay, so this is where our suppressor is. Hover over this attachment point here, press G, go into structures. And we're gonna add a horizontal weapon mount on both sides. Why are we doing that? Because watch the finished product. I just like how this looks. I don't want to move this. I want to keep this where it's at. And instead of adding our weapon here, which will be stupid because it's basically shooting through that weapon, I'm gonna add it here. Watch. I just think it looks cool. And what weapon are we adding? I did the math, guys. This is in my opinion the second best weapon that's available to us at this point in the game. What weapon am I talking about? The PBO 300 Auto Alpha Beam. It does 19 hull damage, 19 shield damage, which is higher initially than the Vanguard's, but it has a max power 3, which means we could only have 4. If we could have 6 of these would be better than the Vanguard's, but we can't. We could only have 4. So these are, actually, these might be a little bit better than the Vanguard's. I think it was not by much. They're basically almost even. Let's just put it that way. So we're gonna add that there. Over here, and we're gonna add another one right here. And what I mean, I just like how that looks. I just think that just looks so appealing, so visually gorgeous. I think that's nice. And we're gonna add 2 more. We're gonna have 4 of those bad boys, and I'm gonna add it to the end of this wing here, this Nova wing port. So hovering over this attachment port, pressing G, and add that there. And we're gonna add another one to the other side. I wish I could color match a little bit better, but it kind of fits with this little bronze sort of end cap here. It would have been better if this was black, but yeah. So that's the weapons we're going with. So we upgraded our storage, our reactors, our weapons, and now it's time to upgrade our shield. So this was great, but nah, this isn't good enough for the mid game. So we're gonna get rid of the Marduk. So in its place, pressing G, let's go to shields. And I'm going with the Vanguard, which technically is kind of like the second best. The best, I think, is probably this Assurance SG-1800 shield generator. But the mass is way higher than this Vanguard. And you're only getting about, what, 150 more max shield? Max health for the shield. So the weight trade-off to me isn't worth it, but if you're willing to lose the additional mobility by going with the shield generator, go with it, man. I think it's pretty cool. But we have so much firepower that we can get away with a slightly weaker shield. And speaking of mobility, we're down to 59. We gotta do something about it. These engines are kick-ass, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to transition into Class B. Let's get rid of these engines. Now, there is an engine that I want to use that's Class C. In fact, let me just show you what it is. And it's basically the big brother of the same family of engines it is, and that's the South 60 830 here. And it's awesome. Look at that. The maneuvering thrust of just 1 is it's huge, 8800. And I think with just 3 of these, and also what's awesome about these, the max power is 2. So we could have 6 of these bad boys. This is the end game engine here. And this is the engine that I'm gonna use when we transition to tier 3. The problem is the form factor. In order for this to look aesthetically pleasing with this ship, I'm gonna have to drastically alter the design of the ship. And I'm not doing that. Tier 2, it's still about maintaining this general silhouette, this general lines of the Star Eagle. So yeah, saving this for tier 3. So what are we using in tier 2? It's the middle brother. We're gonna go with the best of the Class B version of the Slayton Aerospace engine. This is the SAE 5550 engine. And we can only have 4 of these. Too bad we can't have 6, because unlike the little brother, which has a max power of 2, this is max power 3. But that's all we need. So yeah, let's add these to the ends here. And unfortunately, these don't match the shape of our wings here, as well as the little brother did. But it'll be fine. It's gonna be good. But now that all this stuff, we were missing all the stuff at the end here, it has kind of like a TIE Fighter-ish shape to it. But now to me, it kind of looks a little unbalanced. And this is what I'm choosing to do to address what I feel is the unbalance. You can stick with this if you're fine with this slightly X-Wing kind of look. Stick with this. You don't have to do what I'm about to do, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm selecting all the parts here. Whoops. I hate it when it does that. And that. Come on, you. I'm just gonna just bump this back here. And I'm gonna do the same to this side. Right, and now these engine bracers look kind of weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna relocate these below these radiators. And I think that looks good, and to me, that looks way more balanced. What do you think? Yeah, it feels more harmonious in this configuration. And that's all we're gonna do at this current location, so let's go ahead and color match everything we just added. So double click to select the entire ship. I'm not sure what you do on the controller, but I'm sure you guys know how to do it. And hover over a piece with the color scheme you want, pressing J, come up here, we're in color 1. I'm hovering over this bracket, or this slider here, and using my arrow keys, I'm bumping it once, and then bumping it back. And the same thing in color 2, same thing, bump it once, bump it back. Color 3, bump it once, bump it back, then hit enter. And yeah, everything's color matched, so yeah, man. I really like how this looks. But we're not done. We have a few more additions to make, and not to mention we have to assign our new weapons. So yeah, so we're gonna keep Vanguards as our primary fire. For our secondary fire, we're gonna go with our new auto alpha beams, and we're gonna assign the suppressors to slot 3. At this point, I'm tempted to just get rid of these suppressors, but I'm just gonna hold on to them. It doesn't hurt to have them, and they only have a mass of 2 each anyway. And by adding those additional weapons, look at this. We're now at max crew capacity. You can't get above 8. All right, so let's finalize this build, and I'll meet you at the Red Mile. What? You don't know where the Red Mile is? Are you kidding me? All right, I don't mean to shame you. This is how you get to the Red Mile. So we're currently in Volley. The Red Mile is over in Porrima. Went to Porrima, and it's on Porrima 3, this planet just above the sun here. And let's go. Oh, it's a beautiful morning in Porrima by the Red Mile. So we're gonna add the finishing touches to our ship. Yo, Lon, how you doing?
Need something for your ship?
Alright, so what are we doing at the Red Mile? It's something that we probably should have done for tier 1. I don't know why, it didn't occur to me, but we're gonna add some shielded cargo. So we can smuggle some stuff in this bitch. And I'm gonna add my shielded cargo to this wing here at the bottom part right here. So hovering over it, pressing G. Let's go to cargo. Yeah, and I'm going with the 200 cm ballast shielded cargo. It holds 190 shielded cargo a piece, and I'm gonna add 2 of them, 1 on each side. And that should be more than enough, man, because how much contraband are you carrying? Contraband in and of itself doesn't weigh a whole lot. So you have close to 400 cargo capacity of shielded cargo. That's way more than enough for all your smuggling needs. And we're not done. We're gonna add one more thing. And I'm gonna tuck it away. I'm gonna hide it here. What is it that I'm adding? Well, let me show you. So I'm hovering over this attachment point here, pressing G, and we're gonna go into equipment, and we're gonna add the scan jammer. And we're gonna add the best one. Why? Because we have the best Starship design rank 4, right? Right. There we go. And unfortunately, that's gonna drop our mobility to 97. To get this back up to 100, we're gonna have to transition into Class C engines, which will drop our top speed to 130. But at this stage of the game, yeah, this is what we're going with, man. Ugh, I just think the ship looks so awesome now. Oh yeah, I forgot to add something. I wanted to add just a few little touches here, a little trim, something for aesthetics. You guys don't have to do this, but I think you might want to, actually. So I'm hovering over this little port here, and I'm just gonna add some portholes. Is that what they're called? Yeah, portals, the forays here. And I'm gonna add one to both sides here. And I'm also gonna add some stuff up here. And you know what, I'll add one down here too. You don't have to do this, I just want to. So porthole top. Just add them where I can. just to really make things look interesting, I guess. So add one here. Might as well add one here too, man. Still called porthole top, even though it's on the bottom. It gives it like this trippy effect when you stand on top of this. So you could add them to the bottom too if you want. I'm not going to. You could even add some portals in the back here, but what is this? These living quarters? I'm not sure how it's gonna affect the assets that's lining these walls here, because if you add a portal, there's a good chance it might delete some assets on the inside. So I'm gonna leave the rest of these sides alone. But if you don't care, go ahead, add some portals all over the place, man. Just like several places where you could add portals. You know what, I'm gonna add one here too. Why not? There we go. And we're gonna color match everything once again. So selecting everything, hovering over this piece here, pressing J, and yeah, do the little nudge, nudge, nudge. Nudge, nudge. Nudge, nudge. Boom! And look at that, I think it looks so cool. Okay, so that should be it. So what are we sitting at here? We dropped our mobility down to 96. That's just something we're gonna have to live with, unfortunately. To bump this back up to 100, we're gonna have to transition into Class C engines, because these are the best Class B engines. There's nothing better than these. At least, that I'm aware of at this stage in the game. We got our cargo up to 3620, but there's something to this I'm gonna show you in just a second. Our shield is up to 1,450, our hull is 1181, and our max crew is 8 now. So yeah, that's the max amount of crew that you can get with perks, that is, anyway. All right, so let me show you what I meant about this cargo here. So we have Sam Coe on our ship, right? We did a Free Star Rangers faction story, right? There's no reason not to have Sam Coe on your ship. So let's go ahead and finalize this, and let's take a look. With Sam Coe, our cargo is actually 4,181. Yeah, for a mid-game build ship, that's something that's not meant to be a cargo ship. This is great. At this stage of the game, you guys are probably messing around with like outposts and stuff, so you're gonna want some decent cargo, and this is way more than you need. You should be planning on building like an outpost that's strictly for your cargo, like a main outpost or a temporary main outpost where you're storing everything, all your weapons, all your resources, all your crafted materials. So yeah, 4,000, in my opinion, is more than enough, and I don't need any more cargo for my ship from here. All right, so let's get into orbit, and I'm going to show you how to distribute your power across the systems. Okay, so I got some bounty hunters on me. Let's get my juice going. Hopefully they'll be patient. All right, so always max out your engines and shields. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna equally distribute these weapon systems here. So I'm putting just one more power into my, yeah. I'm putting more power into my primaries and my secondaries, but these are auto cannons. And these guys are like interrupting me and everything. You know, I kill people like you for breakfast. Alright, so here we go. This could be awesome. Oh, this is good. Alright, let's attack the guy that's attacking us. Alright, we'll go after this guy then. Boom. That's a lot of bounty hunters, man. It's actually a lot. And they're fairly high level. Let's go and lock the target. Let's take out all their weapons. And they're dead. Let's go and repair. Yeah, they took me off guard, man. Yeah, what am I going up against? Like 4 guys? And by the way, this is on very hard setting too. There we go. Yeah, those are some nice ships. Oh, these guys are so outclassed, man. And they're dead. They had some nice ships going on, dudes. Gonna repair. Yeah, I was gonna jump to the Serpentis system to show you guys just how potent this is, but yeah, I guess they did us a favor by jumping us. So I just got jumped by like 5 bounty hunter ships, levels ranging from like mid-20s to like mid-40s, and I took them out. Of course, it was tough. It's 5 ships barraging, you know, raining firepower down on you, so I did have to heal, but it really wasn't that tough. I took them out very quickly, and the reason why I took way more damage than I should is because I didn't spend my perks into engine systems. And I'm going to. I don't have this perk here. While boosting, all enemies disengage the player and can only reacquire them as a target after the player stops boosting. So this is the way to get them to unweapon lock, I guess, to break their weapon lock on you. So you could reposition yourself, like to get behind them and all that. So if I had this, that would have been even easier. But you know what? I'm still gonna go to the Serpentis system. I'm gonna kill some stuff. So with our current loadout here, in order for us to jump, I like to take some energy from the engine and throw it into the grav drive. And let's go to the Serpentis system. Alright, so let's make sure we have our engines maxed out. And I'm going to show you guys why you don't need EM weapons to board ships. So I'm going to say whatever the last ship is, the board. So yeah, let's wait for them to jump in. This is only level 16, but there's 2 ships. Hopefully we got a higher level one too. All right, let's get this one first. Yeah, he's not gonna last long. Look at this. It's ridiculous, I tell you. All right, I'm gonna show you how to. All right, this is what you do. Get a weapon lock on them, and you're only gonna use your primary weapon. Don't use both of your cannons, because then you will definitely destroy it. So, we're gonna get a target lock, switch to engine, use your primary weapon. Just do it again. Okay, so I destroyed the ship, so maybe you want to use your EM weapons. Alright, but that, to be fair, that was level 16. That was level 16. And you're typically not gonna steal ships from level 16. And if you're concerned about that, if you didn't like what you just saw, you could always just take the power out of your secondary weapon and put it in your EM. But I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so I'm gonna jump to another planet, engage in more ships, and hopefully we'll get a higher level ship, and I'll show you how to do this. But you kind of saw the gist of it, but let me show you anyway. And that's what's awesome about the Serpentis system, man. They pretty much, every time you jump, every time you grab jump, you're gonna be jumped by Varun or Zealots or sometimes even Starborn. Right, so wait till they jump in. I'm gonna pull out a little bit, see if I can get some distance.
You have met your doom.
Alright, so we got a level 20. He's a little bit higher, higher level. And is he alone? No, he's not alone. Oh, that's level 54. We're gonna capture the level 54 ship, alright? Alright, so let's see if we could avoid some of this fire as we acquire the target level 20. Let's kill him first. Piece of cake. Alright, let's see if we can maintain, stay behind this one. Alright, acquiring target. Move to the engines. Using my primary fire. Keep attacking. Alright, there. You saw that, right? I took out the engines and I immediately boarded. So I'm not gonna show you guys me boarding and then just wiping these guys out. You'll just have to watch one of my Let's Plays if you want to see something like that. So I'm gonna end the episode there. So that's that, Cosmonauts. Tier 2 Star Eagle. I said this is for mid-game, but let's be real. With this current loadout, it's easily an endgame ship as it is, especially if we spend some perks. But I'm not done yet. When I hit level 60, I'm currently in my mid-40s at the moment. The Star Eagle will transition into her final form, the Armada Killer. So if you're following along with me, let's make a promise. I feel like we're kind of close now at this point. I think of you as family. You're like my little brother, my little sister I never had. So let's make a pinky swear. By the time we're both level 60, promise each other that we're both gonna have maxed out shield systems. And we're also gonna have maxed out a neutronic fusions, rank 4. So this is gonna give you 5 extra units of power that we could use for more juice, and that's gonna help us power our third weapon that we're gonna replace our EM weapons with. And this obviously will give us more shields. This is gonna give us 60% more increased shield capacity, and I'm probably not going to get this one. This one, I think this is actually pretty lackluster. Rank 4, your shields will occasionally resist 100% ball damage. I think this rarely happens. So yeah, let's make that pinky swear. We're both going to get at least rank 3 in shield systems, and rank 4 in neutronic systems. So yeah, keep an eye out for that episode sometime in the near future. So thank you for watching, thank you for your support, have a grand day, and I'll see you in the next video.